Crystal blessings, everybody. Welcome to my closet. This was kind of tricky to set up, but it's a video I've been wanting to do for a while. I'm doing a video here on fluorescent minerals and crystals, and kind of hard to see here, but let's see. I have a black light set up right here, and a piece of travertine, which happens to be fluorescent itself, and then various types of fluorescent minerals and things, and some of them I have numbers on because it's kind of hard to see in the dark here and determine which mineral is what, especially when it's under fluorescent light, because they don't normally look what they normally look like. So for those of you that don't know, out of the 4,500 plus minerals, there's about 500 of them that are actually fluorescent, that will fluoresce under a black light. And there's different waves of UV light or fluorescent light. There's short wave, there's medium wave, and there's long wave. And these are all variations of light, which is part of the electromagnetic spectrum. And ultraviolet light happens to be higher frequency, just a step above visible light, the light we normally see. And it moves in waves that, it's just in waves that are a little bit too high frequency or too short wave for our human eyes to actually detect. But we can see its effects on some of the minerals. Because it actually does something to their molecular structure. What might appear to be like a gray rock will actually fluoresce in bright colors, and if you hear all kinds of noise in the background, that's Topaz. This is really exciting her, and she's just throwing and playing and doing all kinds of stuff. So, like you might have a green fluorite, which I'll pick some of these up in a second, and will actually fluoresce. The bright green one, I forgot what it was. I'm going to have to look at the number and see what that one is. So what's actually happening is, well, first of all, there was a scientist, George Stokes, and he was working with fluorite, and then he realized that under a black light it fluoresced. So that's where this term fluorescence comes from. Actually from fluorite, because that's the mineral he just happened to be looking at. So what happens is that the ultraviolet light causes electrons in some molecules, not all of them, to actually, on the atomic level, the electrons will jump to a higher energy level because of the higher frequency in the ultraviolet light. And then once it jumps up, it'll fall back to the normal level that it was. And when it falls back to the normal level, it's going to give off some extra energy. Because remember, energy cannot be created nor destroyed, only transformed from one form to another. So some of this energy is going to be given off in the form of this fluorescent light. So let's take a look at some of the ones that I have here. Let's see. Now this one, it might be kind of hard to see, but there's some stripes in it. And that one is, oh, travertine, of course. And I have this on a piece of travertine, and in normal light it looks all one color like cream, but under the UV light you can see all this differentiation popping out. And then I hope you can see the colors here, and I don't think the camera's picking it up, but these two right here, red ones that are fluorescing just an awesome purplish fuchsia, are rubies. And I don't think the camera's going to quite pick it up. This one right here, that's really like, to my eyes, looks like a fluorescent indigo. This is a green fluorite, but I think to you in the camera it's looking kind of like a light bright pink. Very weird what fluorescence does under the camera. I wasn't really sure how this was going to turn out. Geez, what is this? What is this? What is this? It's bright green to my eyes, really bright green. And what does this number say? Number 8. Let's see. That one is, oh yes, opal. Okay, I brought this one out because this is like a cream colored opal, and it's fluorescing bright green. And then here, I don't know if you can see it, I have a deep blue opal, and it's like fluorescing kind of pinkish, kind of purple to my eyes, pinkish on the camera. Okay, I hope this is as exciting as it is in real life on camera. This one, well, that one's not that exciting. Let's see, this one's kind of cool, green and blue. And which one is this? Oh, geez. Oh, number 4. Willemite. Willemite is kind of cool. Let's see, let me put this down and get the light right over some of these. Willemite. Ah, there we go. Looks kind of cool. And then look at this orange, deep, deep purple one. Okay. And can you see the opal fluorescing back there? Probably not. And the rubies right here. Do those look cool on camera? I hope they do, because if you ever get a chance to see this in real life or go to a rock museum and see a fluorescent collection, you really need to see this in real life. Okay, this orange and purple one is Scapa Light, not a common one used metaphysically. And then this really cool one back here, which fluoresces orange, and I'm going to pick it up in just a second. I have to put the lamp down. That one is Hackmanite. And again, not a popular one metaphysically. I'll have to look that up and see if it's got some other name. But let me pick up the camera and the light. And sometimes you have to put the fluorescent light right up next to the rocks to really see the fluorescence. And then you've all heard of zircon. Well, this is zircon sand, and this fluoresces kind of like a weird orange. So, I hope this ends up being as cool as I thought it could be. And if nothing else gets you curious to go look at some fluorescent rocks on your own, if you have a black light, run the black light over your crystal mineral collection and see if any of them are actually fluorescent. Because it's really, really wild, and I know this camera is not doing the fluorescence justice. But just to raise your curiosity about it, it's a really kind of cool thing to go scope out. And if you're ever wondering if something is calcite or not, this is a good way to figure out if you do have calcite in your collection. Let me see, calcite, I did have one here somewhere. Let me see. One of these is calcite. Which one is it? Is it this one? Yes, this one here is calcite. You see that? It's that orangey pink color and purple. Okay, calcite will fluoresce. Sometimes the fluorescence isn't super dramatic like this one or this one, but sometimes it is, and it's just really kind of cool to see what will fluoresce and what will react to the UV light and what won't. And different UV lights, the medium, the short, or the long, will fluoresce differently and actually cause different electrons to excite in different ways. And I just have a magazine here, a copy of Rock and Gem, and it mentions some books, and I don't actually have these, but if you're interested in reading more about fluorescent minerals, there's actually a Fluorescent Mineral Society. You can look them up online. And then there's two books, World of Fluorescent Minerals and Collecting Fluorescent Minerals. Okay, I know this wasn't very metaphysical, but just something really cool that I wanted to talk about, and I hope you found it to be cool too. Okay, namaste.